Hi everyone, and welcome to this presentation where we will be using some of the things that we have learned about linear law in the following examples. So in this particular example, you are not given the original equation of the curve, but you are still expected to come up with that equation using certain information that is shown in the equation in this question over here. So let's take a look at the question. The variables x and y are related in such a way that when xy is plotted against 1 over x, a straight line is obtained. The line passes through the points a, -1, -1, and b, 5, 2 as shown in the diagram. So we are asked to find the expression of y in terms of x. Typically in this type of example, when they tell you that something is plotted against something, this should immediately cue you into the fact that this is a linear law type of question and you should be using your linear law stuff. Okay, so because they tell us that xy is plotted against 1 over x, we know that big Y must be equals to xy and big X must be equals to 1 over x. Okay, which is why we need to convert it into the equation xy equals to m times 1 over x plus c. Okay, this is your big Y equals to mx plus c. Okay, so we are asked to find an expression of y in terms of x. And how do we do that? You notice that the only two unknowns here are m and c. So the first step we can do is actually to find the gradient given the line over here. Notice that I can find the gradient using the formula that I've introduced at the first part of this presentation. So m is equals to -1 minus 2 over -1 minus 5. This will give me actually half. So how do I find the y-intercept? What I can do is to substitute the values of -1 and -1 into here in order to find, and m of course, in order to find c. You realize that this is actually very similar to your AMaths type of question. So we sub m equals to half and -1 comma -1 into big Y equals to mpx plus c. So we have -1 equals to half times -1 plus c. Simplify it and you will get c equals to -half. So you notice how we have already found c and we have found m. So we have xy equals to half times 1 over x plus -half. Simplify this, you will get 1 over 2x minus half. But we want y in terms of x, which means that on the left hand side, I want everything to be y and y only. On the right hand side, I want everything to be x, which means that I need to divide both sides by x. I will get 1 over 2x squared minus 1 over 2x. Okay, so this is my expression of y in terms of x. So given this certain expression, I can easily find the value of y when x is equals to 2. Just do a simple substitution and you'll get y equals to -1 over 8. Alright, so in this third example, we are given the original equation, and in this original equation, usually there will be some unknown values like a and b, and typically in every question we will be asked to find a and b. Okay, so let's take a look at the question. Okay, when a graph of y against 1 over y against 1 over x is drawn, the resulting line passes through the points 1, 1 and 1, -1, -4 as shown in the figure. So this means that I need to convert this again because it's 1 over y against 1 over x. I need to convert this to 1 over y equals to m times 1 over x plus c. Okay, in order to find some sort of relationship, and then I can compare from the equation and so on and so forth. So how do I go about doing that? Start off with writing the equation. I want to obtain 1 over y against 1 over x. Okay, so how do I go about doing that? Okay, notice how because there's a y here, there's an x here. Okay, I can actually divide both sides by x over y. I will get this ay over xy plus bx over xy. Cancel the common terms. I get 3 equals to a over x plus b over y. It's only noticing that your 1 over y against 1 over x is starting to appear already. Okay, so shift 1 over y, the terms with y to the left hand side and the terms without it to the right hand side. Okay, notice how there's a -b, and we talked about this before. This cannot be your big Y. Okay, shift the multiply both sides by -1, you will get -a over x plus 3, and then you divide both sides by b. Notice how when I divide stuff, I always park them under the denominator. okay? And in order to get my big X out, I need to factorize negative a over b out so that I can get my big Y, my big X, and the gradient is negative a over b. The y-intercept is 3